Are you looking to gift something just extremely generous to a home gym lover in your life? Then this video is for you, or if you want to buy some for yourself. Today I'm going to give you a bunch of ideas for items that are deep cuts. Basically items that I really love that aren't very expensive and really could fit easily under a tree or in a stocking. There's some here that you guys are probably aware of. There are others here that if you buy this for somebody, like it's not very expensive, but they would absolutely love it if they own a home gym or are into fitness. So this is my fitness gift guide for the holidays. Let's get into it. Okay, if you'd like to purchase any of these, we'll put links below the like button where you can check them out. Those companies will pay us a commission and it does support us, so thank you for doing so. Also, if you'd like this sort of content or want to see reviews on any of this sort of stuff, make sure you subscribe. And if I missed anything or you just want to let other people know of something that you think would be good, let me know in the comments. And lastly, we have all of these and more ideas over on our website. We'll put a link below the like button where we just exhaust basically the options that are available. I think there's over 100 different items, but these are my personal favorites. These are all, I would say, budget friendly. None of these, I think the most expensive one is still under 150 bucks. All of these are rather cheap and ones that I think if you add them to your own home gym or you're wanting to buy them for somebody, they would really love it. Let's start on a kind of ultra budget end. Number one, these are grips. One is fat grips. I really like fat grips. A lot of people like fat grips. They've been around a long time. If you're looking to give an item for somebody where you want to, like, basically you're like, man, your forearms are really small, this would be a great item. You can add them to any dumbbells or barbells, work really well, but another option is engage grips. Very cool item that basically turns your straight bar into a curl bar. They're like 30 or 40 bucks, very cheap and could fit easily in a stocking, work really well. Then some more grips, but a little bit different, are Angles 90 and Abmat quarter rings. Angles 90 I use all the time. I actually used them yesterday, can't you tell? But they allow you to have different grips. You can flip them over. When I first got them, I've said this before, I thought like, I'm not gonna use those. I actually use them a lot now, and they're not crazy expensive, but there are cheaper options, and one of them are the Abmat quarter rings. They basically took an Olympic ring and then they cut it into fourths. Wow, what an idea. But it's plastic, it attached really simply to any attachment, just works really well. One of my favorite items on this that is budget friendly and I think every home gym owner should have are the Kensui Swissies V2. These are a new option. I actually have these all throughout my house. I have them in my office when I'm doing hangs. I have them in my garage gym. They now have an option where you can attach a carabiner to them to use them for pulls. They also have a paddle version. These are like 30 bucks, sometimes even cheaper than that when they're on sale. They have knurling on them, even though they're plastic. You can attach them to any barbell or any pull-up bar. I freaking love these. Honestly, if you're looking for a gift and you're like, I just don't know which one to get these, because I guarantee you they probably don't have them because it's kind of a smaller company, but I guarantee you they could find a use for them. I freaking love these. Seriously, probably my favorite one on the list. Okay, now one that is really cheap are these Power Rack position markers. Basically, these are magnets or stickers. There's various options. I like the magnet versions. You can find them on Amazon. I've seen them on Etsy. We'll put a link to the ones that we think work best. But they allow somebody who has a power rack to put them where they squat or where they place their spotter arms or where they bench. Basically, because people have modular racks that have numbers, they forget where their J-cups go. So this is a quick way for them to attach something to them. If my aunt got me these, this would be the greatest gift of all time. I'd be like, Aunt, what are you doing? So if you're looking for something like that, I think this would work really well, and they're extremely cheap, and most people don't have them, or if they do have them, they could use more because I'm constantly putting things on and off my rack with different attachments, and so are a lot of other people, so knowing where I can place things is very nice. Now, one company that has a lot of items that I think could work under the tree and are cheap, and again, they like meet the criteria of these are things that really only people in the home gym community would know, and if anybody got them that's into fitness, they would really like them. That company is Abmat. They've got a ton of stuff, and I'm not just talking about their Abmats. I think those work fine, but they've got a few items that I think would work really well for home gym owners that don't have them yet. One is the barbell bomb, which is basically a copycat of my tennis ball that I cut up and put on the end of a barbell, so you can use it like a landmine. It works well. It's nice. Honestly, like, it's something for how cheap it is. I think it's like 30 or 40 bucks. Dude, people would get so much use out of this if they don't have a landmine attachment yet. So I highly recommend that one. It's also really small where you could put it in a stocking. The only problem is somebody may think it's a bomb, but don't worry about that. They also have their hip thrust pad. Hip thrusts are like a huge movement in the home gym community. People love doing hip thrusts, especially at home, because you don't have people looking at you weirdly in a commercial gym. You can make any sort of movement in your home gym. Nobody cares about it. The hip pad works really well, also very cheap, and you can use it for more than just hip thrusts. Things like putting your knee on for landmine pressing. And on that note, An item that I really like that I think most people, I don't see these in home gyms a lot. I love it. I know my videographer loves it now that he has one, is the AirX balance pad. They make an elite version. It sounds goofy. It's basically just a foam pad, but the foam they use is just so supple. I find myself using it all the time. Whether I'm doing weighted Nordics and it gives me something to bounce off of, I use it for my knee all the time when I'm doing lat pull downs and all sorts of movements. I love these things, and you can also use it to double for hip thrusters. They're very durable and also very cheap. Throw one under the tree. Okay, if you're like Coop, what's your most used cable attachment? It would be this one. It is the Spud Inc. long ab strap. Sounds goofy. It's not because I'm using it for abs all the time. It's because it can be used for so many different movements. Basically, it's like their tricep extension strap, but it's longer. So you can use it for tricep extensions, you can use it for ab movements, but you can also use it for face pulls and get a really nice stretch. I love this thing. You can use it for a single arm or double arm because it's stitched to the top and it doesn't roll through. It's very thick, it's gonna last forever, and it's only 40 bucks. I've said this one other time to the Ken Swissies, but if you're not gonna get that and want something a little bit different, this is honestly one of my highly recommended items on here. One that I use a lot, and I guarantee you once somebody has it, they would use it a lot as well. And it's just really heavy duty. I think good price. Now, if the person you're buying for, or if you yourself are a pencil neck, then these are some items I would recommend. Number one is the Iron Neck Alpha Harness. We've reviewed the Iron Neck Pro. It's a sweet item, but it is so expensive. I like the Alpha Neck Harness because you can attach it to a cable machine, or you can attach it to weight and you can lift with it. I think it works really well, and it's also pretty cheap. I've seen them on sale right now due to the holidays, quite a bit cheaper than normal. If you don't want to spend quite that much and want something a little bit smaller, there's another item called the Strong Neck. Yes, the Strong Neck, that's the name of it. Very creative, but basically a plastic piece. It even looks 3D printed. It's not that special. You could maybe 3D print one yourself. If you have a file, let me know in the comments because I'd like to find one. But it has foam on the backside. Then you attach like a 10-pound plate. You lay on the back of a bench and do neck raises. Very simple, works very well. Like, I think, honestly, if there's a movement that people should be doing more of, it would be neck raises. People need to be training their necks more because most of our time spent is in our phones hunched over or on our computers hunched over, and there are so many neck problems on the way, I think, for our generations. So I highly recommend strengthening your neck. Also, just having a thick neck looks good. Seriously. Now to a couple items that are a little bit more expensive, but still very budget friendly. One is plate mates. If you know somebody that has dumbbells, plate mates allow them to add weight with magnets. Magnets are awesome, but these attach very easily on the ends of dumbbells, whether they're adjustables or fixed dumbbells. They just have to be metal basically, and they'll attach. They have them in 1.25 and 2.5 increments, so they can go up by 2.5 total or 2.5 pound increments. If you buy them, make sure you buy 2 pairs because people use 2 dumbbells at a time. But I recommend these. Another one that I reviewed not long ago and was actually something that somebody called out in the last video I did about why I didn't recommend it, and I actually would recommend it today, and that is the Fitty Burn Machine. This is basically a forearm trainer. If somebody's trying to increase conditioning, there are a lot of ways to do it, but this is one of the only ways to do upper body conditioning, I think, that does it really well without buying one of those big machines. It's a weighted, I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, it has 2 bearings. 2 bigger bearings and handles on the inside, and you spin it around. Sounds goofy, and I would think it was goofy until like the world champion CrossFit guy, Matt Frazer, recommended it. It's like, all right, he recommends it. I would try it. I tried it. I actually really like it. We did a review on it. It's one I'd recommend, and it's not crazy expensive. Then if you're looking for something that's kind of cheap and also extremely versatile, would be the Titan ceiling ring hanger. Rogue makes one too. Titan's just the cheapest. I have like 10 of them in my garage for my monkey bar setup. I really like these. They basically screw into the joists in the ceiling. Then you can attach ring straps to them. You can then adjust the rings however you'd like. You can put them on a short ceiling or tall ceiling. Doesn't really matter. You just have to adjust the rings that you're using. These work really well. I attach TRX straps to them. People are always looking for ways to basically hang things vertically, whether it's TRX straps, suspension straps, or rings. I think this is the best way to do it, and also they're very cheap. If you've been to somebody's garage gym and you notice it's not very well organized, get them this. This is the wall control pegboard. It's a metal pegboard. You can screw it into studs. These work really well. We see them. They are so popular in the home gym community. If you notice that somebody doesn't have them yet, and they have like straps and collars and just different things hanging around, this is a great way to get that crap off the floor in the dusty corner and get it on the wall so you can easily find it, easily use it. Highly recommend, and they're very cheap, and they come in colors. Lastly, if you're looking for something to get your kids that are working out, something that's a little bit cheaper, the Oso barbell. It's basically a kid's barbell. It's aluminum. It's really lightweight. You can't put a lot of weight on it, but it's not so much about lifting and getting stronger, although that's helpful. It's more about getting them in the idea of doing the things that you're doing. They probably want to copycat you in some way, and that's a great thing. And this is a way that they can do that and also do it with a really nice bar. Actually has really nice knurling, although it's aluminum. So if you want something for your kids, man, that'd be pretty sweet as a kid to have a barbell wrapped under the tree. That's a cool present. Okay. There's a bunch of ideas. There's a ton more that are out there. There's a ton more that we have listed on the site. If you'd like to see those, check those out. If you think I missed any, or there's others that you think are really good that you want to recommend to other people, let me know in the comments and let others know as well. This has been Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. Have a great holiday season. Peace.